Okay, now we're live. I am so sorry. I kept clicking and clicking and it didn't pop on. And I was like, what? What's going on here? Now let me try to refresh this. What's going on here? Okay. Now let me try to refresh this. Now let me get the sound down. What's going on here? Okay. There. Okay, ladies, I am so glad to be here. I tell you what, there's always something. And my iPad died. Yes, my iPad died. So here it is back here. And normally when I'm doing the show, I'll have the iPad up and then I can look at like either comments or I can look at the screen while I'm screen sharing to see what you see. Well, I wasn't able to do that. And I tried to use my Kindle to do that last week and it wasn't very satisfactory. So I borrowed my sister's iPad, but then I had to figure out how to log into it because she had a password on and all that stuff. So anyway, I got that set up. So looks like we've got people jumping on left and right that are here to join us. So now let me go ahead and give the greeting and then we will go from there. And of course, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Just give me a thumbs up if you can, or someone just say, hey, we can hear you, that kind of thing. Okay, so now on this episode of YouTube Talk, we're going to take a look at how to title your videos to get more views as suggested by Think Media. And as always, I'll provide updates on open advice and collaborations. But before we get into that, welcome to YouTube Talk with Denise Jordan. If you want to grow your influence through YouTube, you hit that subscribe button because you are definitely in the right place. And tap that little bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming strategy sessions. If you've joined us on the replay, jump in, leave your comments or questions, and I'll get right back to you as soon as possible. And for those of you who are here live, thank you very much. I appreciate your being here. Now, let me get on here and see who's here and give a greeting. So, okay. So first person to jump in was Mary from Rocky Mountain Gardens, and she said she is so happy to be here. And Mary, we are so glad that you are here with us as well. And then there is Michelle from My Everyday Wife Life. She is one of my moderators. And organized by Darcy is here as well. And people are giving greetings to the Sister Circle. If you are new here, if this is your first meeting, you stumbled across a strategy session hosted by the ladies of the Sister Circle. And what we do on this channel is talk about different YouTube tips and tricks and strategies that can help us grow our YouTube channels one subscriber at a time. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, is talking about titles. So hey, Sandy from Sister Cousin's Life. And there's Dee from Dee Lovely Life. That's one of my name twins. Her name is actually Denise. And then let's see, there's Buckeye Girls, Wreaths and Things. And I believe Buckeye Girl's name is Thelma. Let me know if I've got that right. And let's see, who else is here? Andrea Mason from the Queen's Court. Hey, Andrea, good to have you with us as well. And Thrifting Adventures, welcome back. And she says, by the way, it's Stephanie. She's reminding us of what her name is because, you know, we like to call each other by our names here on this channel. Now, I know on some of the other channels you might jump on, you might be a little hesitant, but you know what? We are all family here. We do no drama on this channel. We are here to support one another and help each other grow. So, oh, Carol said she's meal prepping, so she'll be listening but not commenting till she's done prepping. Oh, Carol, trust me, I get it. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get dinner done. I was, and I will be asking you guys, what do you make for dinner today? It's Sunday dinner. What do you guys make for Sunday dinner today? I had smoked chicken, like a smoked roasted chicken, smoked chicken, baked sweet potatoes, and baked macaroni and cheese. So the smoked chicken, my husband had traded for a friend. A friend wanted some of his fish. And you know, I'm married to the fisherman, the big fisherman of the Midwest. And he always has a freezer full. And so the guy came down and said, look, and this guy has a grilling and smoking business, and he smokes chickens and stuff like that. So he told me, I'll trade you some a smoked chicken for some of your bluegill. So they made this swap. So I thought, that smoked chicken is in the freezer. Why don't I make that for dinner today? It's like a big roasted chicken, only it's smoked. Oh my goodness, was it ever delicious. And then I baked sweet potatoes with that, but I didn't take it out of the freezer soon enough. So I put it in the oven, and about 6 o'clock, it was starting to really look pretty good on the outside, but it was still frozen in the middle. So I had to cut it in half. And then I had to really work at getting it cut in half. And then I put half of that half in the microwave to kind of thaw out the rest of that. So it was delicious though. Okay, Andrea says everybody can hear me just fine. Great. And this made her mom, that's Karen at This Made Her Mom. She said we had Asian pork loin over rice with a side of roasted broccoli. Oh my goodness, that sounds pretty good too. I took out some pork chops out of the freezer to make for tomorrow's dinner because my sister Mary at Mary's Nest showed how to make this pork chop dinner that just looked totally amazing. I thought I am making that for my hubby tomorrow. So, but we had the smoked chicken tonight. And then Sandy had leftover honey baked ham out of the freezer. Hey, my mac and cheese came out of the freezer from Christmas. It was still delicious. The sweet potatoes were freshly baked. And, I had that smoked chicken in the freezer. It was a whole chicken. It was really good. And let's see. And then Simple Southern Reflections. Wait a minute. Simple Southern Reflections. I think her name is Thelma. So I called somebody else the wrong name. And then Darcy had Korean beef with roasted vegetables. Oh, you guys are, well, it is Sunday after all. So we do try to take a little bit more attention with our Sunday dinners. So, all right. So, yeah, so Simple Southern Reflections is Thelma. And I called someone else Thelma. I think I called Buckeye Reef. I think I called Buckeye Girls Recent Things Thelma. And I am sorry, I've forgotten your name, Buckeye Girls. So what is your name? But they had potato soup for dinner. That sounds good too. Michelle hasn't had dinner yet. And I've got a few other people that have jumped in. Oh, Buckeye Girls is Melissa. But her friends just call her Buckeye Girl. Her wreath making friends just call her Buckeye Girl. Okay, Melissa. Okay, so let me write that down. Try to remember that. Melissa equal Buckeye Girl. And sometimes it helps, when you write things down, it kind of helps to cement it in the vein. And then Simple Southern Reflections is Thelma, which I remembered. There. All right, so what else? What else we got going on? Shawnee on the Spot is here. Hey, I jumped on her live stream the other day. She was reading a psalm. She was doing like a psalm every day for so many days. And that was just so nice. Me and my sister Max both jumped on, or Mickey both jumped on. Mickey Blue Skies, because she really likes that kind of thing. So that was just very nice, very peaceful. Gladys from Gigi Fazan for the Love of Decor is on. So hey, Gladys, good to have you with us as well. I think I've welcomed everyone now. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry, but looks like I've got everybody. Okay. Yep. Yes, Mary said so many yummy dinners. Yes, Sundays are always the best. So now, Shawnee went, kind of a little bit more simple, but easy and certainly nice and just kind of relaxed for Sunday. Tuna casserole and garlic cheese toast. I like that nice, warm, cozy up food. So, hey, definitely good. And then Carol's making turkey bacon for hubby's lunch for tomorrow. But for dinner, she had barbecue hot dogs over rice with homemade mac and cheese and ice cream for dessert. I want the ice cream. I have been fiending for ice cream. So, okay, I like it. Barbecue hot dogs over rice with homemade mac and cheese. So Sounds good. Well, okay, everybody made something that sounds good for dinner, for Sunday dinner today. So it was kind of good to hear about that. So let's just go ahead and jump right in because it's been 10 minutes already. I've been chatting that long. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a couple things that I wanted to share with you guys. First of all, last week we looked at how long your YouTube videos should be. And Sean Cannell, my mentor, always says, as long as they need to be, but as short as possible. And so he challenged us to try to make the video shorter, cut them in half. So when I did my video on the Moonlight Clean with Me, when I was cleaning out the pantry, it was 13 and a half minutes when I got it done. So I asked my husband, I says, honey, can you help me trim this up? I said, 13 and a half minutes. I want to cut it to 8. What did I ask that man that for? He was brutal. I mean, brutal. He sat here, right here, and we watched the video. He says, cut that, trim that. You don't need that. You already said that. You're doing this. Just say you're doing it again, whatever. And I was like, what? But we got it down to 7 minutes and 58 seconds. And the video was so much stronger. I could not believe the difference it made. It just seemed to flow. And I'll admit, several people commented that they liked the shorter length. So then when I did my next video, which it was shelving units, I did best shelving units. Best shelving and storage units or something like that. And I ended up, the finished video was like 10 minutes and so many seconds. And my goal was to have it at 7 minutes and 15 seconds because I was going to deploy it at 7:15. So I thought, okay, 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Well, that didn't happen. But I did get it under 8 minutes. It was like 7 minutes and 58 seconds. So, and again, I asked him to come and help me trim. And once again, he was brutal. Cut that. You don't need that. You don't need that. Trim that. Too much. You're talking too long. That outro's too long. I mean, he's been watching my videos long enough that he was a pretty good critique. Your outro is way too long. And then he goes, listen to me. Intro, outro, that kind of thing. But I have to say it was much stronger for that. So now let me ask you guys, how did you do this week with a challenge that I issued to you guys to try to make your videos shorter? Where are we with that? Let me know. Okay, we got that one. Crafty Nana just joined us, and so I'm saying hello to her while you guys let me know how you guys did with trimming your videos down. Let's see. So Thelma says, how do I get to the chat to be beside Denise instead of beneath her? I can't see both at the same time without toggling back and forth. You know, Thelma, I don't know about that, but yeah, I don't know. Somebody have to say that. I'm looking at it on this screen and it's right beside me. If it's beneath me, does it make a difference where the chat is? Because if I click on the comment, it's going to pop it up on the screen. Okay, so Dee's given you a suggestion. So Dee said she asked her husband for his input on the last video thumbnail, and he chose a picture that she wasn't going to use, and it works. I know, Dee. That's the thing. I look at thumbnails or I look at pictures and I'll choose what I think is good, and then he will pick something completely different. But you know what I think it is? Their eye is a little bit different from our eye, and we're so focused on whatever it is that we're doing that we miss some of the things that they see. So yeah, they've been, my husband's proved to be very helpful. So I've incorporated him as part of my team. So now every week when I do a video, I'm going to ask him, okay, so now where do I need to trim? So there's that. So Blue Skies is on again. Hey guys, you know Blue Skies is my baby sister. She doesn't like me to call her my baby sister, but she's my baby sister. But I don't know about that question there. And then Stephanie is telling her that if you're on the computer, it's on the side. If you're on the phone, it's below. So I guess it's only on one of two places, depending upon what device you are on. So she's thinking there. So Nana says she's drastically reduced her intro and she's not talking as much. That's what I'm doing too. You open it up and I'm just right into the video. And you know, I saw Salma Joffrey do that on one of the videos that we watched of hers and I liked it. But then I try to figure out, well, where do I ask them to subscribe? So there's the dilemma that I still have. So if I'm doing a voiceover, sometimes I'll just try to weave it in somewhere during the first half of the video, or certainly at the end. Or I found one of those little clips that you can put in that has like a little stamp that says subscribe with a little sound effect to it. I was trying to find that one that Stephanie has where you push the button and you can hear it kind of click, that kind of thing. And I know Sis Stephanie sent me a link for something, but I lost it. So, but I'm looking for that. So, Melissa at Buckeye Girl said she tried 2 videos with no intro and they did better. Exactly, Melissa. That's what I'm trying to do too. And as I kind of look at some of the videos on our channels, I'm seeing who has intros and who doesn't. And some of the intros are like 30 seconds long. And I'm just like, okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. And I watch them because, you know, they're one of my YouTube sisters and I want to give them the watch time. But I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, this intro's too long. Like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So Mary says her videos are usually 15 to 18 minutes, and this week they were 11 to 12, so it's a little shorter. Mary, so see, you're rocking it too. You guys know I'm the one that's usually 15 to 20-minute videos. 12 is a good one. But I got both my last 2 videos under 8 minutes, and I was really pleased, and they were stronger. So I can't complain about that. And so Dee says she decided to only use her video intro clip for collabs and evergreen videos. Others, she just jumps right into the video. Okay, get that. And so Blue Sky says she always skips over the intros. So, okay, that just lets us know what some people do. And like I said, I want you guys to remind you guys about my little Morgie when she was standing right here. Where's my camera? Standing right here. And she was saying, well, when's she going to start the video? Because I was watching someone and she said, well, when's she going to start the video? And I said, well, she has. And she said, well, why is she still talking? So I think about Morgie every time I put up a video now, like, okay, Grandma, when you gonna get the video started? So I think about that. And hey, Tam, I love my babies forever. Good to have you with us. So Thrifting Adventures, Stephanie at Thrifting Adventures said she tries to keep most of her videos under 15 minutes. Now, Stephanie, you missed it last week when we were on, and we looked at a video by Sean Cannell, and it's linked in last week's stuff. I didn't link it again tonight, but no, it was Nick Nimmons. That was it. And he said to try to keep those videos shorter. And then we did look at a video by Sean Cannell that said the best videos on their channel does between like 5 minutes and 12 minutes. And he just challenged like us in my group to try to get those videos shorter. So if most of yours are under 15 minutes, what does under 15 minutes mean? Does it mean 12 to 15 minutes? Does it mean 14 and a half? So I'm challenging you, just like we challenged everybody else last week. See if you can either cut it in half or try to get 5 minutes off. Because when I had that 13 and a half minute video and I wanted to get it under 8, I'm like, this is not going to be possible. But I did. Oh, so Melissa says she's a Facebook person and their videos are normally an hour. So YouTube is a learning experience. Now, Melissa, let me ask you though, when you're on Facebook, are you doing a live stream? Because that's a little different. So are you live streaming a video and you're talking and working and making things? Answer that while I'm looking at what other people have to say. So again, Stephanie, so whatever it is you normally do, try to cut 3 to 5 minutes off of it and just see if it can be a little bit cleaner. And what you can do, like I said, I asked my husband to help. And though I felt he was brutal, and he said a couple of times he thought I was going to smack him because I looked at him like, he said, if looks could kill, but it was stronger. So ask your hubby, or if you've got a teenager, ask them to just kind of sit there with you once you think you're done with the video and say, okay, I want to cut it to 12 minutes. I want to cut it to 10 minutes. What can I cut out? And you just kind of sit there rolling through it. You'll be surprised if what they think is not important and you think is, but if you say, well, let me try it and see what happens. And then you find, oh, it really wasn't. Like one of the things that I do, since I do so many of mine are tutorials, or I'm speaking directly to my young homemakers, I try to give them step-by-step instructions. It's like a tutorial on everything. So when I was cleaning my pantry and I cleaned the left side on the first day, when I was on the right side on the second day, he said, you don't need to show you cleaning all those again. Just show starting at one shelf and just say, just like yesterday, I cleaned all the other shelves with, the vinegar, and then I put the bay leaf oil down. And I'm like, but I did it. I added the voiceover. It was fine. So yeah. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so Melissa says, yes, she's done over 1,000 live streams on Facebook. So Melissa, here's the thing. When you're looking at a live stream, it's a little bit different from a video, especially from YouTube to Facebook. But when you're doing a live stream, you're sitting there and you're working or you're talking like, we live stream here and we're talking about stuff. We got good interaction going and it's fun and it's fine and things are moving. But when you got a video, like the replay value on this video, because of all the interaction that we're doing, the talking, the gabbing and all that stuff, it's not great. The people that are going to rewatch this whole video are going to be people that are part of our circle, people that have become engaged with us and they want to know what it is that we're doing. Now, if I was smart, I would do like Think Media does, and I would go through and I would trim out all the miscellaneous chatter and tighten it up and create a video out of it. But I don't have time to do that because I'm trying to keep my other channel going. So I just leave what's here because I know it's only like us who's going to come back and take a look at it. So there's that. But yes, so you can do a long live stream, but if you're doing a video, try to trim that video down. Now, if you're doing one of those videos where it's like Crafty Leanie does, her and I think is it Moondas? No, her and someone else are doing these like videos where they're actually crafting on the video or crafting on the live stream. Those can be a little bit longer, but then you're looking at a different kind of animal. But the replay value may not be as great because not many people are going to jump in on a 45-minute video. But crafters might because they want to watch every step of the process. So that could be a little bit different. And then that Michelle said one of her videos this week was only 29 minutes instead of 30. Michelle, that doesn't count. You got to get 5 or 10 minutes off of that for it to count. So Shawnee says her videos are almost always 5 to 7 minutes, and she used to think that they were too short. Well, right now you're trending. 5 to 7 minutes is good. But now here's the thing. Those 5 to 7 minutes, do you keep it moving all the way through? What's your watch time on those 5 to 7 minutes? Are they watching 50%, 75%, that kind of thing? And the important thing we were talking about with cutting those intros is, are they still watching after 30 seconds? The first 30 seconds is huge, because if they're still watching after the first 30 seconds, then YouTube saying, there's something good going on here. And then, then that's like one set of data that is collected. So that's why I'm encouraging all of you to cut those long intros. So if you've got one of those intros that are very nice, with the very nice sliders, and they're showing all this nice stuff, you might consider dropping it for a while and seeing how things work. I'm just saying, this is what I'm learning. So Andrea says she needs to learn how to shorten her DIYs. I would think, Andrea, that maybe with your DIYs, for example, let's say you have 4 items that you have to glue. You show how you make the one item. If they're like 4 of the same things, you make the one thing and then you fast forward not necessarily fast forward, but you clip the video clip so that now you show the first one and maybe a portion of the second one. Now you're at the 4th one and you're finishing that up so that they see you followed the same process that whole time. That's the only way that I can think that you can do that. Sandra says she usually speeds her videos up to certain parts to cut down on time. And that works for a lot of people where they do that. They speed up the video to, that, and that does cut down on time. I don't do that. My viewers have said they don't like it. They say they like it that I show step by step. So what I try to do is go from clip to clip, not show the whole process, but maybe like if I'm chopping carrots, and I might cut the carrot in half and then cut it in quarter and then start chopping a little bit of it. Then the next thing you see, I'm scraping that whole carrot into a bowl because I've got it all chopped. Because I figured out they don't need to see me chop the whole carrot, that kind of thing. So just figure out how you can do that for your people. So Dee says she's filmed 3 shorter videos and her watch time declined, but gained more views. Well, yeah, see, that's the thing, Dee. Your watch time will decline. And I've been thinking about that. Now, my videos are usually 12 to 20 minutes. And let's say they watch 8 or 10 minutes of a 12-minute video. That's 75%. But if I do an 8-minute video and they watch, say, 6 or 7 minutes, which is still 75% of an 8-minute of a video, but the watch time is down. So yeah, your watch time will decline if you've got short videos, and that can affect your revenue. But if you're getting views, so she gained more views, but shortening her vlogs did not work well. They requested longer videos. So you say shortening your vlogs didn't work well. I don't remember what kind of video you do. So the 3 shorter videos, what were they? Were they vlogs? And if your people are saying they need them longer, then make them longer. Because remember, you have to be responsive to your audience. I've had a couple people say they like the shorter length. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just keep checking this out and we'll see what's what. I forgot what Shawnee was talking about. More than 50%, but yeah. Stephanie asks, what do I think about part 1 and then part 2 videos? What I think and what I've learned and what I think is that videos should stand on their own. They should be able to stand independently of them. So what you might say, you might just do, well, I don't know how you want to phrase it, title it or whatever, but the video should stand alone, but you can indicate that the video is part of a series. And this is like a part 1 of a 3-part series or something like that. But when they watch this video, it should have just about everything that they need in it. And then when they come back the next day, you start doing whatever it is you're doing and just mention that this video is part of a 3-part series. And if you miss part 1, go back. But I don't know if you'd want to put part 1 in the title, if you get what I'm saying. Like, for example, on My Prepper Pantry series, I did, My Prepper Pantry building a 3-month food supply. And then I did a Prepper Pantry grocery haul. And then I did protein preps for your pantry. And then I did fruits and vegetables and things for your emergency bag and things like that. Each of them were something different on the same topic. And that created a series for me on prepping. But I hope that answers your question. So if you're thinking part one and part two, let's say you're doing a craft room cleanup, and you want to do part one and part two, maybe for that video you might indicate you're working on the two particular pantries in the craft room, and then you do that on day one, and then on day two you do the rest of the craft room. You need to indicate it in some way that it has craft room in the title. But I don't know if you want to say part one and part two. That's worth looking into. I'm going to mention that in my group to see what they think about part one and part two videos. I know with writing, with books, each book needs to stand on its own. So people need to be able to figure out what's going on in that book without having read the other one. So that's why I say, they probably should be able to stand alone. But okay. So Andrea says she tried that on one of her McKenzie Child's inspired DIY. So you tried what? You tried a part one and a part two, or you did like where you would, like if there were 4 parts of something and you did the one and then came to where now all 4 of the items are done, that kind of thing. That makes sense. So now Tam says, and I think this is good. Boom, right here, ladies. Tam says that she loves watching a series, even though they stand alone. It could be 20 parts, but it keeps her coming back. So I think the key is saying that this video is part of a series on prepping. Be sure to come back and see and see, let's see, maybe how to manage your beans for long-term food storage. Okay. Hopefully that's spelled right, because I just kind of threw it in there. So let's say you say something like that, and then, and you tell them it's in a part, and you create a playlist so that they can go to the playlist and they can check out the different videos in the playlist. But I think the comment that Mickey Blue Skies has here is where she says, not there. Where was it? Where she says she never goes to part two. So I'm just saying there will be people like that. And then Dee says she really goes back to part two. And it sounds like Sandy has joined us. Hey, Sandy, I didn't see you pop in, but they say you're here. So, hey, how you doing? So Blue Sky says, as a viewer, parts 1, 2, and 3 drive her insane. So again, you may have a part 1, 2, and 3, but don't title it like that, because if people, let's say they pop on and they only see it's part 2, they may say, well, I missed part 1, so I won't bother to watch it. So when you craft that title, you make sure that it's such that it can stand by itself. Now, when I did my pantry and I did it in 2 days, I couldn't very well have done a part 1 and a part 2, because I did the left side and then I did the right side, like the Twix commercial, right side Twix and left side Twix. Or is it Kit Kat? I think it's Twix. But I had to make it one because it's one thing. But in a craft room, you could easily make it 1, 2, or 3 parts. And I know one of the things, I was listening to Kay at the Organized Soprano today. Oh, I just love her. I'm going to type her name down here so you guys can check her out. She is so funny and just so much fun. And where is it? She is just so much fun, and she was talking about how to create zones in your kitchen or in your pantry or in your kitchen for organizing. And she said, she has a baking zone, and then she has a cooking zone, and then she has a pots and pans zone, and then some other kind of zone. So let's say you're doing that. So maybe if you're in a craft room and you break your craft room into zones in your head. So if I think about Mickey Blue Skies' craft room, Zone 1 in her craft room could be the big craft. It's not a closet, but it's like a big chest, a big shipper roll. So the craft cabinet could be zone 1. And so she's organizing in her craft room. So zone 1, organizing my craft room. Zone 1, craft closet. Zone 2 could be another set of shelving units that has other things on it. And then zone 3 could be something else. So that gives you different parts. It gives you a series, but you don't say part 1, part 2, part 3. So you don't do that. Do it that way. Okay, so now let me back up because you guys were having some good discussion. So again, Dee said she rarely goes back to watch a part 2, but if you know that there is a series, then you might want to go back and check out the series, but not necessarily the part 2. And then Nana says that she agrees on multi-part videos, they drive her crazy. So if you had a craft room series and craft room cleanup zone 1, craft room cleanup zone 2, craft room cleanup zone 3, that's a whole different thing from saying part 1 and then part 2. Very different. And even though it's the same thing, when people watch the title, they're thinking, oh, wonder what's in zone 2. Wow, wonder what's in zone 3. So see, that's why it's different. So yes, Dee, so perhaps make it a series instead of parts 1, 2, and 3. And then again, Blue Sky said she never goes to part 2. And then Andrea says yes to all 4 parts. And then Tam says she loves them as long as the release dates don't drag on. But Blue Sky says she just can't do it. So now Buckeye, okay, Melissa says she does that on her wreaths. First part is a specialty bow, and then part 2 is finishing the wreath. So, which I can see how that can work. But again, let's take a look at how you can title that. So the first video would be how to make a specialty bow. You don't say anything about the wreath, just how to make a specialty bow. And then you do that. And then toward the end, and then you might say, you might want to see, now if you want to see how I use this bow on the wreath, come on back next week, or be sure to come back next. Let's see. If you want to learn how to apply this bow to a wreath, check out my video here on how to make a spring wreath or something like that. And it's not a part 1 and a part 2, but it's making a bow one week and it's making a wreath the next week. And so it's different. So to you in your head, it's the same thing. But I know I used to watch Arlette, I think it was Arlette at Crafty Corner, Arlette's Craft Corner or something like Arlene's Craft Corner. And she would show how to make a funky bow. That's how I learned how to make a funky bow, by watching her. Every week I would watch her make a funky bow. And then the next week she would show how to make she would do something with the lantern, and then we would be putting the bow on the lantern. So she divided the different parts of a project up into 2 or 3 pieces, but that's not what she told us she was doing. This week, we're just learning how to make a funky bow, and you can put the bow wherever you want to put it. Next week, we're decorating a lantern, and then we put the funky bow on the lantern, or you could put the funky bow on a stair rail, wherever you want to do it. So there's that. Oh, this was an example I gave. I forgot. I'm like, what did I say? Now, Stephanie, this is a great question. And she says, has anyone watched the section in your analysis under engagement where it shows your audience retention spots on your videos? And that's the spot where it shows you like the first 30 seconds of the video and then the continuous part of the video, that kind of thing. And I didn't plan for us to look at that. So I don't have that in one of the tabs up there, and I'm afraid to mess it up. So, but we did look at that last week, though. If you remember, there was a we looked at this last week, and if you remember, there was this part on that graph that was the first 30 seconds of your video, and the algorithm let them know how many people, like what percentage of people were still watching after the first 30 seconds. That's huge. That's why we're cutting those intros down, because they want to know who's still watching after 30 seconds. And then over here was the continuous segment series. How many people are watching over here in the continuous segment, that kind of thing. You're going to find that in under your analysis page. So be sure and look at that, because remember, what gets measured gets improved. So Blue Sky says she'll watch a series, but not parts. So see, and whereas we're thinking it's the same thing, to our viewers, it is not. And what we are trying to do is to engage the viewer and make things easy for them. Okay, there's where I told you guys to watch the Organized Soprano. Blue Sky says she adores her. And then Tam says, yes, you can do it so that people don't realize that's what you're doing. You don't need to say it's part 1, 2, or 3. Just, take you along the process of some major reno or zones, etc. in the series. And Sandy, that idea came from, well, let's look at it this way. When we're looking at cleaning in the Fly Lady cleaning process, we break it down into zones. And there's other cleaning methods that do the same thing. They break it down into zones, and it just makes it so much simpler. And then Kay at the Organized Professional talked about breaking your areas in your kitchen and your pantry down into zones, and then you can be more organized because you keep like things alike and in certain places, that kind of thing. And Stacy says you could also use phase 1 and so on. It could possibly work as well. Possibly could. And then Carol says she has checked that analytics, so that's good. Stacy said her channel is under construction. She'll be back very soon with some awesome content. Okay, we get it, Stacy. It can be overwhelming trying to stay on top of things. So Nana says she's at 60% since reducing her intro. So that means people are on longer. So that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we've been talking about some important things, but we better get to the topic at hand. And then Stephanie says she has a series going on in zone cleaning in her kitchen. Yeah, it just makes a difference. All right, so now let me just see, where are we? Oh, and I want to be sure that everybody, before I forget, there's 2 things I wanted to tell you. Number 1 is the New Orleans gardener has a video that she put up yesterday about 10 tips for new YouTube creators. And she doesn't normally do that kind of thing. Maybe once a year, she'll talk about tips for YouTube creators, because typically she's talking about gardening, and she is very knowledgeable about that. But this 10 tips for new YouTube creators, I think, is worth your while. I did link it in the description box, so check it out. And you guys will love Linda, the New Orleans gardener. That's number 1. Second thing is Diva at, it used to be Diva Designing on a Dime. Now it's A Blessed Home with Kimberly Davis. Hit her 25,000 subscriber mark. And so everybody give kudos to Diva for hitting that 25,000 subscriber mark. So I'm just going to put in here kudos to Diva, also known as Kimberly Davis, for hitting those 25,000 subscribers. And that is such a big milestone. So there's that. Okay, let's get into tonight's strategy session. So tonight's video is from Think Media, and it is called How to Title Your Videos to Get More Views. And I just thought this was a powerful video that we could all benefit from. And okay, now I'm going to share the screen to show you the video. So you guys know I got to talk myself through it so I don't mess it up. So I'm going to share screen, Chrome tab, and this one, share. This is the video that we are assigned to watch. It's called How to Title Your YouTube Videos to Get More Views, and it's a YouTube SEO tutorial. And I want you guys to look at the title and notice that the way they structured it. How to title your YouTube videos to get more views, and it's a YouTube SEO tutorial. People were attracted to this video because of the title, and it's one of the how-to combinations or suggestions that they're suggesting we try tonight. So now let me stop sharing that and go back here. So one of the things that they talked about, they gave us 3 examples of title strategies that we could use. 3. And strategy number one was a before you X. So strategy number one was to craft a title that says before you X. So I'm like, well, before you X, you fill in the blank for whatever the X is. So for example, her example was before you start a YouTube channel, watch this. So how many of you would consider watching a video that if you saw the title, before you start a YouTube channel, watch this? How many of you would click on that video? I would, as a matter of fact. I watched it and I had already started my YouTube channel. I'd had my YouTube channel for a couple of years, but I thought maybe there's some new tips in here that I don't know. So that title definitely caught my eye. Oh, Kimberly has jumped on. Hey, Kim, I'm glad you jumped on soon enough that you could hear the ladies give you your props, because congratulations on getting to that 25,000 subscriber mark. We love it. All right, so there's that. So now I thought, what are some other examples that you can come up with? And so I want you guys to tell me, oh, hey, in the kitchen with Karen. Hey, Karen, good to have you with us. So now what are some titles you could come up with? I came up with this title. So this is one of the titles that I came up with. What? Where is it? It's in there somewhere. Oh, I've spelled it wrong. It just looks weird. So this says, before you buy an extra large Ninja Foodie grill, watch this. Who might consider clicking on that title? Let's say you're thinking about buying one. You saw all those ads on those extra large Ninja Foodie grills at Christmas time. I did. My husband did. And he watched about 10 videos on that extra large Ninja Foodie grill and said, you know, I think I want one of those. So this is an example of a title that you could consider using when the before you buy, watch this, or before you X, watch this. Here was something else that I thought of. So 10 things you need to know before you go thrifting. That's a good example too. That's a great title. 10 things you need to know before you go thrifting. But the formula for this particular one was before you X, watch this. So to fit into that formula, Carol, it might be before you go thrifting, watch this. Now, 10 things you need to know before you go thrifting is another excellent title. So cool beans on that. And then I thought about before you buy the Curtis Stone cookware set, watch this. And I'm going to pop that up there. And so guys, now don't look at my spelling because I'm just trying to get it in there real quick so that I don't, drag us down time-wise. So before you buy a Curtis Stone cookware set, watch this. Now, you guys all know I got a Curtis Stone cookware set. I love it. I use it every single day. And I've had several people ask me, well, how do you like your Curtis Stone cookware set? Well, I tell them I love it. And I made a couple videos about it. But I have not made a before you buy a Curtis Stone cookware set. Watch this. That's something I'm probably going to do in the near future now that I know that I should. And Dee says, before you become a caregiver, watch this. That's exactly right, Dee. That's exactly in the format of that before you X formula. And then I think Blue Skies had, before you buy that new M1 MacBook Pro, watch this. Oh, that would be very specific, Blue Skies. Definitely. Before you buy the new M1 MacBook Pro, watch this, because there's people thinking about that now. Why are these titles so popular or so good? Well, according to Heather and Omar in the video from Think Media, and I agree with them, they say these kind of videos give you authority. You're able to share information. You're able to educate people. And one of the things that they say, the videos that do best on YouTube are those videos that teach people something, that educate them in some way. So before you buy the M1 MacBook Pro, you're going to teach them something about it. So if I did that before you buy the extra large Ninja Foodie Grill, which I've got in my kitchen, I'm going to teach them something about it. Now, I'm still learning about it myself, but I've learned a few things about it already. So that's why it's a powerful tool. Now, let me see. There was something else. And then before you become a caregiver is huge, because there are just so many things that you just have to know and do when you become a caregiver. So, yeah. Screen went blank. What screen went blank? Can you guys not see me? Well, I can still see me here on the iPad. So it must be you, Dee, because I can see what's going on here. So my screen's not blank. So, okay. So refresh your screen, Dee. That might be helpful. Just refresh. And then here's something that I thought about. So, I've had a couple people ask me about, yeah, it's not me that went blank. It's something going on with Dee's system. But I thought about my washer. A lot of people say they like my little fancy little washer, it bings and, the little lights light up and all that. And they like, I don't have a fancy washer like you, that kind of thing. But a couple people have asked me, how do I like it? And it doesn't have an agitator in it. And I got some specific answers for if you were going to buy a brand new washer and you asked me, would you buy one without an agitator? I'd say, well, probably not. I probably wouldn't do that again because of different things that I've learned about it. But so I thought, well, what about a washer without an agitator? Let me just see what's out there. So I'm going to share this screen, ladies. So I got to get this off, number one. So I'm going to share screen and Chrome tab. And it is the washer without an agitator share. So when I was thinking about this, I thought, okay, so let me just Google it, because one of the things that they keep telling us is before you decide what video you're going to make, you want to research it and then see what topics are popular, what topics are trending, that kind of thing. What do your people want to see? And my people have asked this question about my washer. So I thought, okay, so then I thought, well, let me just see. So I typed in washer without agitator because I couldn't think if there was like what the real name for it might be. And look at the videos that popped up. What cleans better? Washers with an agitator versus no agitator. That's in the title. Agitator versus no agitator. Which one is better? New top load technology versus washers with agitators. Agitator versus impeller washing machine. Which washer is better? So now these speak to another topic we're going to get into. But look at the questions, the additional questions people also ask about washers with or without agitators. Are washing machines without agitators better? How do washers without agitators clean clothes? What's better, this one or that one? And then what is the best top load washer without one? So now I could very easily do a title, before you buy a no agitator washer, watch this, because look at all the questions that people are asking. Now, you know, I need to do that video. I got it on my list right now. I just didn't know, ladies. I'm learning all this stuff just like you guys are. So I just didn't know. And then one of the other things that we have been learning, and Tony does this in like his tips for Tips Tuesday or something like that. But he says, take a look at the Google and see what are some of the blog posts that are posted. So now look at the titles of these different blog posts. Agitator versus impeller washing machine, which is best? No agitator washers, Best Buy. What are the pros and cons of using a washing machine, and more? So take a look at the different, I had a decline. Max, let Jill know I'm on my show. Max, let Jill know that I'm on my show, and I'll call her later. So, but just take a look here at what are some of the pros and cons of using the different kind of washers. These are all videos that I could do in some form, but put my own spin on it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So there was that. And then the different ones here, when I looked at them, this video, which one cleans best, had over 709,000 views. And this video was 2 years old. This video had over 76,000 views since May of 2020. This one had over 104,000 views since February 2019. So, you know, YouTube views what's newer as well. So I can make the same video, not the same video, a similar video with my spin on it, and then it would be newer. And it's in my wheelhouse. You know, these are the kind of things that I talk about as I become the modern day June Cleaver. So this is on here. So this is on my list. So that was one of the things that she talked about. And it allows you to give educational tips. So now let me stop sharing and come back here. Okay. And guys, I'm sorry for talking through that every time, but you guys know the last time I didn't talk through it, I messed it up. So it's just us. We're among friends. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thumbs up, please. I love that. Don't forget to give me thumbs up, is what Carol said. I appreciate that, Carol. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. So now the second title that they suggested was the this versus that title format. And, oh, wait, guys, look at there. Now, I told Mickey to tell my daughter that I was doing my show and I'd call her later. And look, she's jumped on the show. Ha! Say hi to my daughter, Jill, people. All right, I'm going to keep going. Oh, that is too funny. And then we just had someone new join us as well, Elizabeth Deltzer. Hey, Elizabeth, you're new here. And so ladies, say hello to Elizabeth as well. Elizabeth, you stumbled across the Sister Circle. And right now what we're doing is we're looking at how we can improve our viewer experience by using titles. And we're looking at the video called How to Title Your Video to Get More Views by Think Media. And the second title format that they gave was the this versus that title. And if we come back here to this, oh, wait, okay. See, I told you if I don't talk through it, I mess it up. So I'm going to share the screen again. So let me share screen, Chrome tab. And if we come back here and share, if we come back here, these are all versus titles. Those are what they mean by versus. Agitator versus impeller. Agitator washers versus impeller washers. Pros and cons, that kind of thing. And then you can see other questions down there. washer with agitator versus no agitator. Agitator versus no agitator on Reddit. That kind of thing. And then I also thought about, well, what are some other things that we could consider doing? And the example let me stop sharing this. Oh, before I do that, look over here under the related keywords here under keywords everywhere, and look at some of the related keywords that they have here. These are long tail keywords, some of them. But best top load washers without agitator, best washing machines without agitator, just kind of agitator versus impeller pros and cons. And then people also search for these topics too. So look at all the different title ideas, the different YouTube ideas that I'm getting and that you could consider if you're in the homemaking arena. So now I'm going to stop sharing this and come back over here. So some of the other ideas that I thought of regarding verses was the Ninja Foodie Grill. And I could do, the Ninja Foodie Grill versus something else. And I thought I had looked for that. Well, there's the Ninja Foodie Grill. And there's the Ninja Foodie Grill versus the versus an Instapot or versus a toaster oven. I think it was here. So share screen. We're going to share a Chrome tab. We're going to share that one. And then we're going to share. So here, Ninja Foodie Grill versus. And so Ninja Foodie Grill versus the Ninja Foodie. Ninja Foodie Grill versus the Power XL Grill. Ninja Foodie Grill versus Air Fryer. Ninja Foodie Grill versus Ninja Foodie Oven. Ninja Foodie Grill versus Instapot. Ninja Foodie Grill versus Pro something or another. Or and I just put in a T after Ninja Foodie Grill. Here's some other title suggestions. Ninja Foodie Grill TV offer. Ninja Foodie Grill troubleshooting. But Ninja Foodie Grill thermometer. Ours didn't come with a thermometer. I need to get one. And then turkey burgers, etc. So I am going to stop sharing and come back to StreamYard. Okay, so there is that. So what are some versus titles that you guys could come up with? Oh, so see, Tam says the Ninja Foodie Grill versus the George Foreman. And we used to have a George Foreman grill. We don't have one anymore, but that's a good idea as well. Oh, and then the food saver. Let's take a look at that because I thought about what about the food saver? So many people are using those, and I've got a food saver. Plus, I also have a Nesco vacuum sealer. So let's take a look at that. I want to show you what some of the things that I found in regards to that. So we're going to share screen, Chrome tab, food saver, share. So when I typed in food saver versus, look at all these different options that food saver came up. Food saver versus seal a meal. Food saver versus Nesco. I have got a Nesco and I've got a food saver. I've got a couple different little food savers. So there's a food saver mini and different things like that. So there's a whole bunch of different kinds of food savers. And then look at some of the videos that are there. And then look down here. Some more versus that kind of thing. So some of the thoughts. Now let me stop sharing this. Come back over here. Some of the thoughts that I had about that Nesco included looking at maybe the food saver mini versus the handheld vacuum sealer, that kind of thing. And then the last, oh, okay. So now you guys are coming up with some ideas. So Ninja Foodie versus the Instapot. That's a good one. Thrifting Goodwill versus Salvation Army. Oh, Carol, that's excellent. I always felt like the Goodwill had better things than the Salvation Army, but the Salvation Army things cost more. But yeah, there's that. And Dee is currently editing her food saver video. I got one I'm working on too. But see, Dee is perfect right now because people are asking those questions. And the other thing about the versus video that Heather Torres mentioned in the video is that, and I'm going to type this in here, is that people are usually in a buying mode when they're looking at comparison videos. They're usually in a buying mode, meaning they want to know which one is the best one to buy. So D, make sure you've got your Amazon store or your Amazon affiliate set up so that you've got an Amazon affiliate link in your description box. So when you talk about your food saver video, then they can click on the link in your description box and check out that food saver video link. Now, let's say they say, you know what, I don't think I'm going to buy a food saver today, but they've checked out your link and it took them to your Amazon store. They buy something else, you get a little bit of credit for it. Maybe it's a quarter, maybe it's $1, who knows, but it all adds up. Perfect, D. And now see, this is that Mickey Blue Skies alley right there. Happy Planner versus Erin Condon, because Mickey Blue Skies does planning. She's does planning, but she's into journals and planners and pretty paper and notebooks and things like that. So this is perfect for her. So yes, what other versus videos can you guys think of? So you guys that are into DIY, what can you do regarding titles for a versus video? Mickey Blue Skies, what are some kind of tools that you use in DIY? Is Lenny out there? Melissa, what are some different things that you use? Karen at Maynard Mom, what can you do something for? Nana, what are some tools that you use that you can talk about? So let's say the friction, is it the friction pins versus the Bic Crystal Up? There's that. So there's something that you could probably talk about. Or let's see, for those of you that are into planners, you could probably talk about the A5 size versus the, regular size. I don't know what they call the regular one, but this is like the regular size, and the A5 is smaller. The A5 is smaller and it fits in a notebook like this, so it's smaller. So the A5 versus the standard size, the coil bound versus the book bound planners, those kind of things. So how many planner people do we have out there? Juicing versus green smoothies. Exactly, Michelle. Cricut versus silhouette. Boom. And do you know, I was watching Kay at the Organized Soprano today, and she was doing labeling. She was organizing a pantry, and she showed the new Cricut Joy. And I thought, I want one of those. Oh my goodness, I want one of those. I told the hubby, I said, honey, I want one of those. She was labeling the containers in her pantry, and it was so cool. So Dee said her planner video is going to be up, will be up tomorrow. So Blue Skies, check out Dee Lovely Life and check out her planner video and give her some love. And then Dee Blue Skies is working on her channel as we speak. So it'll probably be maybe another week or so before you start to see videos. But you guys should definitely connect because, maybe you can do some things together. But if nothing else, you can support one another in some of the different little crafty things that you might be doing. So creating your own planner versus buying a ready-made one. So, okay, that's something. And so now when you talk about creating your own planner versus buying a ready-made one, those are people that are doing like bullet journaling and all that kind of stuff. That's right up Mickey Blue Skies alley and Dee at Dee Lovely Life. But yeah, Now, Tam at Love My Babies Forever, I just want to ask you, you're going to be working on adding some planning videos as well, and you're making one right now. I don't remember what your channel is about, but make sure that whatever you're doing is on brand. Like when I created the vision board, which goes in my planner, which my planner is, like back here, because I was, working with it earlier. Here's my planner, and I like the Inkwell Press planner. And when I worked on my vision board for that, I put it on this channel. I didn't put it on my TNT channel because it's not on brand typically. Now, if I could have figured out a hook to make it work, then that would have been a little bit different. For example, Robin at Faith and Flower did a planner video a couple of weeks ago. She's an Erin Condren affiliate, and she uses the Erin Condren planner when she's planning her YouTube schedule and some things for her life. Most of us have a planner that we use. And so she did a sponsored video where she showed how she uses the Erin Condren planner to plan her schedule, to plan her day. And that was like the one video she did. She only does 1 or 2 videos a year about planning, but she worked it into her homemaking to show that she uses it to help keep herself on track. So I'm just saying that to ask you, how do you plan to weave this into your channel? Is it on brand? That's all I'm asking. So Works Drill versus Black & Decker. That's a great one, particularly for those of you who do DIY, like Savvy with Miss V. She does things that requires drills, and she's like drilling into stuff. Me, no. But there are many of you women out there, you ladies, who do that kind of DIY stuff. So if you've got a couple different drills, like Mickey Blue Skies has a couple different drills. She has one that's pink, and my husband's always like, I don't know if I can work with a pink drill, but she knows what she's talking about because she does that kind of real stuff. Michelle says she wants the Cricut joint. I do too. I checked out the link. Those things are $200, but I'm like, I want one though. Hey, Cal, my sister from another mister. And Pilot gel pens versus the Ink Joy. Those would be good for those of you that do planning and do crafting and those kinds of things. Using a planner versus a notebook. Good one, good one. Coil bound versus disc bound. Oh yeah, exactly. Because like for those of you who are wondering what's a coil bound, this one is coil bound. This one is disc bound. And so there are people that like different ones. Or what about before you buy another disc bound planner, or before you buy a disc bound planner, watch this. Before you buy a coil bound planner, watch this. So see, those are things that you can do if that's your thing. I gave my silhouette to Jordan. We'll talk about that later. Drugstore makeup versus brand makeup. Yes. Okay, so Tam says her channel is taking a DIY craft room organization turn so she can make it work. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I get you. Hey, Eat to Live Strong. Good to have you with us. She hasn't been with us for a very long time. So ladies, welcome Eat to Live Strong. Eat to Live Strong, what is your name? We like to call each other by our names. We're a family here, and we're talking about different titles that we can come up with that can serve our viewers for the different niches that we have. So Tam at Love My Babies Forever said she has a Cricut Explorer Air 2, also thinking of some of those projects that she does anyway. So you could talk about, before you buy a Cricut Explorer Air 2, watch this. Why I like the Cricut Explorer Air 2, or pros and cons of the Cricut Explorer Air 2, that kind of thing. So you could do one of those videos. Yeah, Michelle says $200 for a glorified label maker. I tell you what, though, she made it look amazing. I thought, I want one of those. But I got to buy a new iPad. Like I said, I'm borrowing Blue Sky's iPad. So it's like, I need to buy a new iPad before I can even think about any kind of label maker. Iron skillet versus stainless steel fry pan. Yep. Cooking fresh versus canned. Yep. Oh, Eat to Live Strong is Michelle. Let me write that down. Eat to Live Strong is Michelle. Okay. Blue Skies is talking to Michelle, so I don't need to show that. Oh, Be My Guest with Denise has one and was using hers as a sponsored video. Both of them have sponsored videos. I would love to get a sponsored video from the Cricut people. Oh, I would just love it. Not there yet, though. No, Michelle, you got a point, because my husband would say, look, I got a whole cabinet full of mason jars with beautiful labels that I bought at Michael's and that he put the writing on, and they look very nice. Now, would I like a Cricut? Yes. But, we'll just see. So we have two Michelles then. So Eat to Live Strong is Michelle, as well as My Everyday Wife Life is Michelle. So Michelle, you have a name twin with us today. Yeah, so both you guys are Michelle. So name twins. And then Stephanie and Stephanie are name twins. So we got a couple name twins with us today. Okay, so now let me see where I'm at. I'm getting excited here and I'm losing track. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So tip 2 was this versus that. And then the third tip that they gave us was how to. How to clean a toilet. So the third tip was how to, and again, notice you're teaching people something. And the example that they show on the video is, they show several different ones, but I looked at some of the ones that I do, and I've done videos on how to clean a toilet, how to clean a bathroom, how to clean an oven, how to make bean soup, that kind of thing. How to deep clean your washer, how to make black bean and kale soup, how to use the Ninja Foodie Grill. That's what I'm going to do. How to use the Ninja Extra Large Foodie Grill, how to use the Food Saver Vacuum Sealer. And I've done a couple of those, like when I was doing other things in it, and I had part of the title, how to use the handheld Food Saver Vacuum Sealer, but I didn't have it in the right place, or I didn't have the title formatted properly. So I'm going to need to redo those. And then a couple of my people recently have said, I just got a new food saver and I have been afraid to take it out of the box. So I thought, well, I'll do a video for you where I show you how to use it. So yeah. So even though I'm shown how to use those because I've used them in videos and I've used them in slow motion when I was putting up different food things, I wasn't specifically doing how to use a Nesco vacuum sealer, how to use a space saver, food saver vacuum sealer, that kind of thing. So those are the kind of videos there. Now, why are those good? Well, again, Heather says they're good because we're teaching people how to do something. So now what I want us to do is take a look at my friend Mary's channel, my friend Mary at Mary's Nest. Let's see, who just popped on? Oh, she's just saying name twin. So here we go. The Cricut Explorer Air versus the Cricut Maker. So for those of you who are crafties out there, if you guys got both of those things or one of those things and your friend has the other one, that's a video that you need to do. Or anything in there. All right, now let's share screen. I want us to look at some titles so we can get some good ideas. So we're going to share a screen. Share a screen. I'm going to share a Chrome tab and we're going to go to Mary's channel. Now, this is my friend Mary at Mary's Nest. Now, Mary has been on with us before. It's probably been a year or so, but now look how many subscribers girlfriend has now. She is killing it. She's got 1,000 subscribers for every one video that she's put up. Now, I'm just saying that, but I'm just saying 352,000 subscribers and 352 videos. So Mary is killing it. And I ain't mad at her. That's number one. Now, let's take a look at her videos and let's look at how she's crafted the titles. And I am making this tomorrow. Cozy winter dinner. Now, doesn't that just sound all warm and cozy? Because it's cold here right now. And then thick pork chops with caramelized onions and fried apples. I like pork chops, I like caramelized onions, and I love fried apples. I always get the fried apples when I go to Bob Evans. So now look at that title. Doesn't that title just draw you right in? Cozy winter dinner. It's Sunday. You think, okay, so what am I going to make for dinner on Sunday? And you see this title. Oh, maybe I'll make that. Perfect Sunday dinner. She put that up yesterday and look, almost 5,000 views. Okay, let's look at this one. And we talked previously about numbers in titles work really well. 5 steps to deliciously slimming chili. What kind of chili? Deliciously slimming chili. And there's 5 steps. Flexible chili recipe made with or without meat. So now this is a 2-part title. Now, whereas sometimes I'll use that bar that goes straight up and down, Mary is using a small hyphen, or she's using a dash. I mean, a small hyphen or dash, whatever you want to call it. So 5 steps to deliciously slimming chili dash flexible chili recipe made with or without meat. Now, keeping in mind that with YouTube, sometimes you can see the whole title and sometimes part of the title is cut off. So for this one, cozy winter dinner, if that's all you see, you might still be interested. Or you might see all of that. Thick cut pork chops with caramelized onions and fried apples. 5 steps to deliciously slimming chili. If that's all you see, you're still good. And then flexible chili recipe made with or without meat. Let's look at this one. How to cook dried beans the right way for maximum nutrition. So again, she's establishing authority, not just how to cook beans, but the right way for maximum nutrition. 10 best pantry forever foods for your survival pantry. Again, notice the number. 10 best forever foods for your survival pantry. How to make a foolproof sourdough starter. I'm going to have to do that because I want to make some sourdough bread. But notice how to make a foolproof sourdough starter. That's the one we just watched. Here's some more of Mary's videos right here. How to make homemade extracts, flavored extracts, baking basics. So she has a series that she calls Baking Basics, and she shows you how to make basic stuff. So how to make homemade extracts, flavored extracts, that kind of thing. No need sandwich bread. And this is the one that they use as an example in that video that I asked you guys to watch. But no need sandwich bread. That's the first part. If that's all you see, you're like, how do I make that? Or no need bread recipe for making super soft homemade bread. So either one of those are 2 titles put together, but either one of those are great. Look how many views. 859,000 views. And then here's another one. What is a prepper pantry and why we all need one? How to make homemade sauerkraut, a delicious probiotic rich side dish for gut health. How to stock your pantry with real food. How to make rich. So notice all the how to. And then look at this one. Recurring toilet ring. Top 3 solutions tested. Problem solved. So again, even this one, they're fixing a problem that someone has. How to clean hard stains from a toilet bowl. I'm going to work on a couple of those videos as well. So I'm going to stop sharing this and come back to StreamYard. There we go. So you see what I mean. So Elizabeth said she needs some soup right now. I think I made some black bean and kale soup 2 days ago. Oh my goodness, it was delicious. And it's like, yeah. Oh, Elizabeth said her heat's out. Ooh, you have to get that fixed. Because that's got to be bad. But yes, I agree. I need some soup now. Mary Mickey says that Mary is hitting it out of the ballpark for sure, and she is. So you see, she's been following that title model. So there's that. So just, and then the very last tip that they give in the video, and it is a bonus tip, has to do with solving problems for our viewers. So the best videos are teaching your viewers, your subscribers, how to do something. So for those of you that are crafters and DIYers, you're either teaching them how to make something, how to do something, how to fix something, how to create something, how to use a new product, that kind of thing. And so if we take a look at my channel, so now I have to share screen, Chrome tab. There. If we take a look at my channel, we try to take a look at some of the videos. My last one, best shelving and storage solutions for your prepper pantry. So again, I'm looking at people who have the problem of, I am trying to put together a prepper pantry. What do I need to do that? How would I go about it? Well, best shelving and storage solutions for your prepper pantry. Kitchen, and then in this next one, kitchen pantry organization for a clutter-free January. So again, I'm helping you organize your pantry. Now this one, monthly grocery haul. You think, oh, well, it's just a grocery haul, but look, topping off preps. Grocery haul 2021. So it's the first grocery haul of 2021, but I'm topping off my preps. And then this one, responding to your prep questions and comments. Off-grid cooking, campfire beef stew, Dutch oven beef stew. So just notice how I'm trying to be more responsive to my viewers. And then look at this one, my very best video, best macaroni and cheese recipe. And then look how many views I've had on that one. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Thanksgiving preps to pick up now. Notice I got good views on that one. New preps last minute grocery haul. And again, so I'm getting good views on some of those. Now, all of my videos don't get those kind of views. But even look, if you come down here, even this isn't the best one, but it's a good top title. Easy turkey pot pie, recipes for leftover turkey. I might have come up with something like how to use your leftover turkey, easy turkey pot pie. Might have been a stronger title for that. And this one, best turkey carcass soup. So when you use a qualifier in your videos like best, they tend to do very well also. This meatloaf one didn't do very good, but you know. All right, so now I'm going to stop sharing that and come back here. So now let's see, where are we? So, so Elizabeth says it's all in the title. Well, title, thumbnail, and topic. All three of them work together, but the title is what they see, and the topic is, you know, the title is driven by the topic. And you know, Mick, that slimming chili, I agree. Try it. I'm going to try it as well. And then Jill said she's loving the title tips. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, guys, you know, I could have a bad case of jealousy because Mary is in VRA and I was in VRA. And I remember when I welcomed Mary to the group, she was just getting started, didn't have any subscribers, anything like that. I'm like, well, welcome. We mature ladies got to stick together. And girlfriend has supercharged past me. She is doing wonderfully, but she followed the program. She stuck to the lesson. She did what it said do, and she niched down. When I would invite her to jump in on all those different challenges and collaborations we were having, she said, no, I don't think I can do that. You know, well, I already got my plate full. Well, what she was saying was, you know, I'm niching down and that ain't on my brand. And so you see what happens when you niche down. So, oh, and guys, look, I have new earrings today too. I'm wearing my earrings that I got from my son for Christmas. They're called the boyfriend earrings. So Jill, look, these are the earrings Jace gave me. Aren't they pretty? They're just so little. I just love them. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm off brand. I'll get back on target. Let's see. So Michelle says this is soup season, and she did a family comfort food chili, soup or stew, made a loaded baked potato soup and a vegan chili. Sounds good. So now, did you do videos on all of that? Oh, I assume you did. We're going to have to check out your channel, Eat to Live Strong. But welcome to the group, and those are all great videos, and they're definitely on brand for you. Great. Elizabeth said she learned a lot. Good. January was National Soup Month. You mean I missed that? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to put that on my calendar. I have to tell you guys something. When I worked on my planning last year, I planned through the end of November. Like I was so gung-ho getting ready for November because, you know, Thanksgiving is my sweet spot. I didn't plan for December and January. So in January is always organizing and decluttering. And I didn't even know it was National Soup Month. But notice my decluttering videos came out late. I should have had my Moonlight Clean with me much earlier than I did. So, you know, as I plan for next year, I'm going to be sure to put those on the list. So for those of you that know various holidays are coming up, put that on your planner, on your planning calendar to get ready for those. Now, when we look at qualifiers, you're right, Stephanie. Stephanie at Thrifting Adventures. The word easy is good. Best is good. Those are good qualifiers. So any qualifier like that, easy, best, motivational, inspirational, all those are good. And then Michelle says, this is a great topic. Thank you. Okay, I missed something. Mickey said, oh, the kale soup. Yes, that's what we are here for, Jill. On this platform, we are here to uplift all of us, to lift each other up. We want to help each other grow. So January is National Soup Month. I don't think I can get my bean and kale soup done by the end of the month. I'll see. Yes. So now Michelle. Oh, Michelle and Michelle. So Michelle at Eat to Live Strong. Michelle at My Everyday Wife Life. She is all about healthy eating and that kind of thing. So you guys should connect, collaborate, that kind of thing. Thank you, Carol. Carol says time check. It's 9:18. And Carol, actually, I'm just about done. So let's see. So the last tip or the bonus tip that they gave on the video had to do with solving a problem for the viewers. So now if you have not watched that video, please watch it, because what I've shared with you guys about the video is from my perspective and as a learner, just like you are. They're the experts. So do watch the video. You will get so much more from watching it now after we've had this discussion. And he shows how he uses the Google search bar and the YouTube search bar to create a title. And I think it's really pretty powerful for you for that as well. And then again, looking at some of the videos that are solving problems for the viewers, I did a video on how to make a bed, how to put on a pillowcase. Why did I make a video on how to put on a pillowcase? Didn't everybody know how to do that? Well, me and my hubby was making a bed, our bed, and he was punching around that doggone pillowcase. And he said, this is what you ought to make a video on, how to put on a pillowcase. And I said, done. And that's what I did, because it's really a lot easier. So if he would just follow the process, but he's punching and pushing, and it's just funny. So again, there's that. So we're looking at a pain point that pain points your viewers. So that's what your videos are supposed to address, the pain points of your viewers. So now let's back up just for a second. And so let's see, not there, but let's see, Mary, somebody was talking about Super Bowl. Where was it? Right there. Okay. Super Bowl is February 7th. Get those appetizers rolling. Exactly. Super Bowl's coming. So what are the pain points? The points that people are going to be concerned about, a problem that they're going to have. what to make for the Super Bowl. You know, everybody used to have Super Bowl parties. Well, now the parties are much smaller, but people are still want to have some snacks for the Super Bowl. So yeah, get those appetizers coming for Super Bowl. Definitely. Thank you, Blue Skies. My earrings are pretty. Where do you live, Eat to Live Strong? You saying you're stopping over at we're stopping over to your home. You're stopping over at her YouTube channel. I thought, well, do you live in the same state that she is? You guys are in the same city? Because we've got a couple of ladies that found out they're in the same city and they have visited one another. Okay, so there's that. All right. So we looked at Mary's channel. So now here's the question of the day. And our question is this. What title strategies will you employ to reach your YouTube goals for 2021? What title strategies are you going to employ? And keep it in mind, what do you need to start? What do you need to stop? And what do you need to continue? And regardless of what niche you're in, the how-to can work for you, the verses can work for you, and the what was the other one? How-to, verses, and before you X video. All three of those can work for you. You just have to sort it out. You just have to figure it out. So yeah, you just have to figure it out. And then for the open invites and collabs, are in the description box. I put them in there earlier. Last week, I thought I'd put them in there, and I went back to check, and they weren't there. So I think I had been moving back and forth between StreamYard and YouTube, and somehow I didn't save them both. But I'm pretty sure they're all in there today because I double checked it. So I've got the updates on the collabs that I could find. The DIY Mommy still has not listed in her community tab when her challenges are for this year. So I did leave her a note to gently ask, well, when are you doing posting your collaborations? She's posted something each week, but not about any of her new collabs, unless she did it in a video and I missed it. So I know Carol, you and Mary at Rocky Mountain Gardens often will know about what she's doing. If I've missed it and you see it, but if you could let me know. I also found the latest video, the latest collab for Heidi Sambo. I have that in the description box. Wani at Wani's house has a long collaboration coming up. It's a 6-part series. So it's a room makeover and it sounds really interesting. So if you're planning on making over a room, be sure to check that out. But like I said, they're all in the description box. So if I've forgotten anything, missed anything, I went through my email just before we started to make sure I was up on everything. So they are in the description box. So any comments, questions, or jokes? Otherwise, ladies, it's time to wrap it up. Have I missed anything? Okay. Well, that being said, then I think I will see you guys next week, same time, same station, 7:45 Eastern on this channel. And as always, I always remember to post the link on my community tab. Got something. I forgot the biggest news of all. Before you say goodnight, Nana, before you say goodnight, Stephanie, the biggest news of all. I am finally launching my website, thisandthatwithdenise.com. I'm finally launching my website, thisandthatwithdenise.com. And I'm asking you guys to go over and check it out and sign up on the subscription list. And you should get my pantry bundle for signing up. But also that will help me to know if everything's working right. Mickey Blue Skies has been helping me get my channel launched, and she was working on it just before we got started tonight. So did I type it in there? Where is it? So that is in my new website. So ladies, please check it out, sign up on it, and then send me a note and let me know if you were able to like move around okay, if it flowed smoothly, that kind of thing. Because, you know, I'm letting you guys know that it's up and it's running. I'm not officially launching it until next week. And then there's going to be a giveaway that I'm going to do for 38,000 subscribers and that kind of thing. But I thought before I like announced to the world that it's ready, I wanted to have my sisters check it out to see that everything is moving as it should be. So please check it out. Thank you, Tam. I appreciate that. I tell you what, it's been a long time coming because, you know, Blue Skies would tell me to do this or do that. It would take me forever to get it done. But as we talked about last week, sometimes it's just all I can do to stay on top of YouTube. But then to have to try to come up with articles or something else for this or that, it's just hard. So Tam, good night. Please check out my website. I've got it right up here on the screen. And I will see you ladies next week. Good night. Elizabeth said, can I post a link here? I did. I'll do it again, though. That's my link right there. So there you go. Good night, ladies. Talk to you next week.